This is the Martini Mortgage Podcast with Kevin Martini.
Hello, this is Kevin Martini, and this is the Martini Mortgage Podcast. Thank you for tuning in. This is episode 15, and let us call it, How Long is a Home a Home? The National Association of Realtors. Well, let me stop for a second. In this episode of the Martini Mortgage Podcast, let's refer to the National Association of Realtors just as NAR. So NAR publishes many reports. In this episode of the Martini Mortgage Podcast, I want to focus on their 2018 Home Buyer and Seller Generational Trends Report that they shared how long people that buy a home expect to stay in a home or their tenure in the home. In 2016, when someone purchased a home, they planned to be in that home for a median of 12 years. This was the median. Now, for those that are not math geeks like me, median is just simply the middle value in a list of numbers. In 2016, for a home buyers 36 years and younger, they expected to be in a home, wait for it, 10 years. Now, for buyers between the ages of 52 to 61 years old, they expected to be in a home they purchased for 20 years. Now, according to the 2018 Home Buyer and Seller Generational Report published by NAR, the median expected tenure increased to 15 years. Home buyers 37 years old and or younger still expected to be at home for 10 years. Expectations are nice, but we all know that life happens. Everyone is different. There's no question that home buyers are staying in their homes longer, and I will go over the numbers shortly, but not everyone is staying put for 10 years as they anticipated. First-time home buyers and younger buyers are moving sooner. However, just because they are moving out, it does not mean that they are selling. Many people share my thesis that real estate is the path to wealth. I believe it is easier to make $1 million in real estate than it is at your 9-to-5 job. For this reason, we at the Martini Mortgage Group at Benchmark Mortgage, we have seen families we work with that did not move out sooner, but they do not sell. They retain the house as a piece of investment property. Some will stay longer in a home and some will leave earlier. Let us look at the median seller tenure in a home since 1985. In 1985, people stayed in their home for 5 years. In 1986 to 2008, with the exception of 1997, during this period, the median tenure was 6 years. It was 7 years in 1997. Then there was the start of what I refer to as the Great Recession in 2007. Immediately, how long people stayed in their home did not change. However, movement started in 2009. As the U.S. went through this Great Recession, or what I refer to as the mortgage renaissance, the median tenure for a seller rose. In 2009, it was 7 years. In 2010, it was 8 years. In 2011 through 2013, it remained steady at 9 years. Then in 2014, it went to 10 years. Then dropped back to 9 years in 2015 and back up to 10 years in 2016 and 2017. The median tenure in a home from 1985 to 2008 is basically 6 years. However, since 2014, the average is almost 10 years, and that is an increase of almost 50%. There are a ton of reasons why someone is staying in their home longer, so let me share the Kevin Martini thought on why this dramatic increase in home tenure. There was a housing crisis, and during that housing crisis, it left some very good people in a bad situation. They were in a negative equity situation. In other words, their home was worth less than the mortgage balance was. Also, this was a period of time with great uncertainty in the economy, which many people just stayed put. Right now, according to CoreLogic, 95.3% of the mortgages in place have positive equity position. Many people today have great jobs with good income, and the economy is back. Sellers 37 years and younger stayed in their home for just 6 years. Renters and homeowners are either looking for more space for their family, maybe they're looking for better schools. It is my opinion a large portion of homeowners are not in the house that best fits their current family needs. This could be a baby boomer living in an empty 4-bedroom house, or a millennial couple living in a 1-bedroom apartment and just found out they're having a baby. There can be no argument that how long a family is staying at home is longer. However, I feel that the homeownership rate among younger families has still not caught up to the previous generations, and that is what we have seen this jump in the housing tenure. Is it right for you to move out of the apartment and buy a home? I do not know. Is it right for you to sell your current house and buy a new one? I do not know. What I do know is that you need to know your options, and I can help with that. I believe before one goes to a website to look at properties or even calls a realtor, they should reach out to me, Kevin Martini, one of the mortgage strategists at the Martini Mortgage Group at Benchmark Mortgage. Every day we provide price and cost clarity to the families we serve with trusted mortgage advice. Just check out what the families we serve have said about working with us on Zillow. Simply open up Google and type Kevin Martini Zillow reviews. Simply put, we believe it's not just a house, it's a home. We also believe that it does not matter how big the home is, it matters how happy the home is. A home is happier when there is not financial pressure to make a payment. The process I've developed maximizes the families we serve's time and eliminates their frustration. If you want or need trusted mortgage help, then I invite you to reach out to the Martini Mortgage Group at Benchmark Mortgage by calling 919-238-4934. I believe it would be malpractice if I did not share this fact. Recession does not mean housing crisis. It is my opinion the housing crisis of the past did exaggerate or intensify our last recession. Now, in the July edition of the Martini Angle, which is published on iTunes on July 13th, 2018, or you can catch the replay by going to www.martinimortgagepodcast.com. I discussed an article in the Wall Street Journal which highlighted that basically 6 out of 10 private sector economists thought the expansion would end by 2020. When expansion ends, that means there is a potential recession. Now, I believe that there will be a recession in the U.S. economy. Now, I do not know when, but it is a natural part of the cycle. Will it be in 2020? Will it be in 2022? Or will it be in 2019? Again, I do not know, and no one really knows. However, it is critical that I share to make sure that you understand that a recession does not mean that we're going to have another housing crisis. I want to make sure that if you are listening to this episode of the Martini Mortgage Podcast, that you do not equate the word recession with housing crisis. Right now, home buying power is at near historic levels when you consider the median household income, the current mortgage interest rate, and home prices. I need to highlight that changes in one's income or changes in interest rates either increases or decreases consumer buying power or home affordability. Simply put, when income rises and mortgage rates are epic, then consumer home buying power increases. If you are currently in a starter or a trade-out house that no longer fits your needs, and you are looking to step into the next home or luxury, now is the time to list your house for sale and make your dreams come true. If the right thing for you and your family is to purchase a home this year, buying sooner rather than later could lead to substantial savings. Call the Martini Mortgage Group at Benchmark Mortgage so we can get together to evaluate your opportunities. And during this process, you will know before you owe. Simply give us a call at 919-238-4934. Thank you for tuning in to the Martini Mortgage Podcast, Episode 15, How Long is Your Home a Home? Remember, it's not how big your house is. It's how happy the home is.
The Martini Mortgage Group makes real estate dreams a reality with trusted advice in a stress-free environment with great rates and on-time closings while providing a world-class experience. If you or someone you know has questions about the current mortgage rates or the current mortgage programs, please reach out to the Martini Mortgage Group at 919-238-4934. The information contained in this podcast presentation is for general product information purposes only. Arklatex Financial Services, LLC, NMLS number 2143, doing business as Benchmark Mortgage, makes no representations or warranties of any kind expressed or implied about the completeness, reliability, suitability, or availability with respect to the information, products, or services. All loans subject to borrower qualifying. Other restrictions may apply. Branch Manager Kevin Martini, NMLS number 143962. Branch located at 5650 Six Forks Road, Suite 101, Raleigh, North Carolina 27609. Contact the branch by calling 919-238-4934. Equal housing opportunity.